Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Keystone Outback 268 RL travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you want to leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, besides your slide, which is pretty deep, leave plenty of room for that. I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power, which cord stores inside, is on the back of the unit, and your water connection is going to be toward the front of the unit on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. Your unit comes with a hand crank, tongue jack. Lefty will bring it down, righty will bring it up. Now on a unit this big, I do recommend getting a stick on level, put it on your off camp side right at the middle. Once you find the middle, have someone watch that while you get this up and down. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit, you've got these 3/4 inch socket scissor stabilizing jacks. Just hand crank down pretty quick. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom. I'm also going to recommend that you have stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Going to better distribute the weight. Put them down, run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. All we're doing now is stabilizing it. So once we've got some resistance on our hand crank, it feels like it's going to start lifting our unit, stop. Get all four of them down. Got your unit level and stable. We can hook up our power and water. Again, your power cord actually stores inside. Big, long, probably 30 amp cord. Now at the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. When you're done with your power, you just slide that back inside there. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Now campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. This can be the one on the right. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. We have one more step coming down here to your hot water heater. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that. Not putty. Putty will gum up on you. That's an 1/8" socket. Get that in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside there and open up this slide. Get inside and open up all of your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through those. Get all the air out of the lines. Then you can shut them off and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. You want to keep that to off. Unless you're using 110, then you turn that on from there. If for some reason your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come up here to see if either one of these are bubbled up. You see it says press to reset, and you'll do that. And then here's your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. Right next to your city water is your fresh water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Gravity fill this. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside. Where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. While I'm thinking about it, told you to put a level on here. There's already one on here. Back to your freshwater. Once that's full, put your cap back on there, and you'll turn on your water pump whenever you want to use that. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water that's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, starting here on your off-camp side. Big pass-through storage. Again, a level. Fresh and city water. Stabilizing jacks. Your hot water. Down here's where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. Coming down our slide side. One thing I want to mention on your slides. Your seals here. You want to keep them nice and pliable, flexible. Don't want them to dry rot over the years. If you've got a spray, you can pick up and spray on those. On the back, you got a spare tire. I recommend getting a cover for it. Nice brand new tire. Don't want that to dry rot over time. Get a cover for it. On the back here is where you plug in your cable at the campsites. Coming around to our campsite, got a big manual awning. I'll send you a video on how to do manual awnings. Pretty much all the same on these. You have an outdoor kitchen over here. Keep that locked. You'll set up your own hose here. There's a spray port. There is your quick connect LP. Over here is access to the back of your fridge. A couple of outdoor speakers and a scare light they call. This is a vent for your furnace. Two things on that. Flue, one, never block it, and two, if you are running it, steer clear. It does get hot. You got a couple 110 cable out here. Here's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black tanks and leaving the campsite. Coming up front, you got your pass-through storage with some lighting. This is a wand for our awning. Up front, your propane does have a cover. Comes on a regulator. So we lefty-loosey to open on these. And that about covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. A couple of chairs, I'll show you how to set those up when we're leaving the campsite. You want to turn those sideways so you can get our slide in. We'll walk through and turn on a bunch of this individual lighting. It's all over the place. Talk about your sofa. You can jackknife that up. Should I do that? So let's remove our cushions. I'll rock this forward. And that is going to give you your blow-up mattress. Just flip it back over. Put cushions back in the ends and on the back. And just that quickly, you are back to a sofa. Over here on your dinette, you will wiggle the top of this up off there. Those legs will remove. Set your dinette top on this wooden lip all the way around. Put your flat cushions on top. Another sleeping quarters. Real quickly in the ceiling, your antenna. You want to crank that to the left when you get to campsites, to the right when you're traveling. Smoke alarm. Let's talk about your TV. Turn that on real quick. That TV is on a swivel, so we can lift this and swivel the TV into the bedroom and just have a mirror out here. Saves you from having to buy an extra just TV bedroom. So there's your TV working. When you get to wherever you're at, run a local channel scan. Another remote for your sound system. Really nice Jensen sound system here. I remember where the power button is. There it is. So 3 zones on this. Inside, back in the bedroom, or just outside, or all 3. AM, FM, DVD, CD player, auxiliary, headphone jack. I believe it is Bluetooth compatible. I don't see the Bluetooth on here at the moment. Nice sound system. Continuing in the front area real quick. You got your thermostat. Crank up your air. There's that. Shut that off. Crank your heat on. There's that. Now you'll notice when I shut the heat off, it takes a few minutes to cycle through before the fan actually shuts off on the heat. Your fridge, you want to keep that on auto when you're plugged in. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you switch to gas. You can make it just gas. If that light starts flashing, your gas is low. 1 through 5 being the coldest. Not too difficult on the fridge here. Up top here's your microwave. See that working there real quick. Stop that. Top here you got a light and a fan. Above your cooktop, turn these to light, get your spark. Show you all of them working real quick. The oven does have a pilot light to get in there and light. Below your oven is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Looks like we got a ton of 15s in there. 40. There we go. Little light. Next to that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volts, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, didn't see a battery disconnect on this unit, so make sure if you're going to be gone for the day and you don't want to just run your battery down, just disconnect one of your battery posts. In our sink, more lighting here. Got a hand crank open vent here. Let's take us back to the right to our bathroom. In here, another hand crank open, power exhaust vent. A little plumbing to maintain. There's your access panel. Just keep an eye on it as you would at home. 110 with GFCI reset here. Back in our bedroom, just mentioned there's storage under your bed, which is accessible. By lifting that up, the outdoors door, more lighting. Not much more to talk about in here other than how to flip that TV around. I showed you that. You have your own carbon monoxide alarm back here, and your emergency escape window. So now let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I've shut off any lights that are in enclosed bed doors. So I've shut the bedroom ones off. Come up here and shut off all of those. Now I know any other lighting in the unit is some accent lighting that I need to walk through and shut off. I'm going to do that real quick. So I went through and shut off all the lighting. Come up here and turn on my second one here and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. These doors are especially important. If this is left out a little bit, it's going to catch on that slide coming in and rip your door right off. We're going to take our recliners and turn them both sideways. Actually, we just need to do that with the one. So you see now that's going to clear your slide. I'm going to bring it down, open up this cabinet. Before running the slide, I did forget to mention one other thing on your unit. This is where you check the levels of your tanks. There's your brand new battery, fresh black and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your water pump, if you're using it fresh water. Water heater, if hooked to gas. Water heater, if hooked to electric. It does make a difference, so choose correctly. Alright, let's go ahead and bring that slide in. The importance of having that chair turned and the importance of having all those cabinets down there closed. These slides utilize just about every inch they can. Make sure you shut all your vents. I want you to hear that noise. Whenever you bring this slide in or out, at the end, you're going to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism telling you it's all the way in. Don't turn me on anymore. Right, we shut them off and exit the unit. If we're out boondocking, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, get up underneath here, dump our fresh water drain, and head on home or to the closest dump station, whatever you need to do. If we are at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your off camp side. Got 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull your handle on the right. That's going to be your sewer handle. Now once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside. Check the level of your black. If it shows that it's empty, leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station. Come on over here and hook that up to the sewer tank flush and let it run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Again, emphasizing leave that black handle open. Once that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all that washout that you have put in there has drained out. Then close that black handle and pull your gray. That's going to be the one on the left. It's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. Usually while my gray tanks are dumping, I'll go ahead and open up my low point drains. Up underneath here. Alright, so there they are. Now if you're done camping for the season, them low point drains are done. You want to empty your hot water heater. It's a two-step process. You want to follow this in order too. You want to start by lifting up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump a lot of hot water out of there. When that's done, push that back down, then you can pull your drain plug. Don't pull the drain plug first. Alright, when our gray tank is done draining, we're going to close that up. Again, that's cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. We're going to take our sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Outback for many years to come. Happy camping.